What's going on, guys? Today here, you're with Ryan from the Wellthy Mindset. Today I'm going to be talking to you about how to become financially stable in your 20s. I've recently been talking to a lot of my friends about how their university courses have went and how much money they've been making. A lot of them ended up taking out loans for university. These loans included thousands upon hundreds of thousands of dollars for their food, their living expenses, their university course, and they have a whole load of debt because of this. From there, they graduated, but they didn't end up getting a job even in the field that they went to university for. So now they're stuck working some minimum wage job, or they're working some average job that they didn't go to university for, and it's not paying off. I did things a little bit differently. So I want to tell you guys my story and give you guys some financial key pointers that was given to me when I was younger to make me the successful person I am today. I'm currently 25 with $250,000 saved up in financial investments as well as savings. And at this time, I have zero debt. So it starts out when I was younger. When I was younger, I was 13, 14 years old. I got my first job. I was a newspaper boy. I was delivering the newspaper 9 times of a 3-week period. Each of those 3-week periods, I was going around collecting money for the newspaper, which I was getting $6 for those 9 deliveries of the newspaper. From there, I ended up getting a job when I was 16 at a local sports store. It was a part-time job, and I was fixing mountain bikes and skis and sharpening hockey skates. For that time, I wasn't making a lot of money. I was getting minimum wage, which minimum wage then was about $9.50 for an hour working at the sports store. I ended up saving up quite a bit of money, and when I turned 18, I was able to start opening up some savings accounts. One of those key accounts that I opened up is a TFSA account. It's a tax-free savings account which you can make investments with without getting taxed on your capital gains. So each time you earn $1 in that account, you won't get taxed on it. I completed high school when I was 17, and I didn't know what I wanted to do. For myself, I ended up going into a trade. I saw a trade that was you could be very successful in, and you really didn't have to get too dirty in this trade. I ended up going to a pre-apprenticeship course at college for the HVAC trade. At that time, they really taught us the basics that were involved with getting an apprenticeship in the HVAC trade, so they taught us the basic skills that were needed to start that apprenticeship. This course was financially way less money than a university course. This course ended up costing me only $3,500. So I had a $3,500 investment into this course. From there, I was very motivated, and my work ethic was crazy. I was able to go into a company, and I was able to get them to sponsor me and take me on for my apprenticeship. From then to now, I'm on the last terms of my apprenticeship, and I'm making over $100,000. In Canada, we get taxed a large percent of income tax. So this year, 2020 was the first year ever that I was able to make over $100,000 from my job. So a few of the key points that I want to give you guys are you got to have great work ethic, and you always got to try to take on as much work as you can smartly. That being said, just because you work more, it doesn't always mean you get paid more. Some of these jobs are paid hourly versus some jobs that are paid salary. The job that I work at, I'm paid hourly. So if I do work more hours, I do make more money. But some of these salary jobs, if you work in an office, if your salary is $60,000, you could be working way more than your 8-hour shift that you would have in that office building and not make any more money. Do you really need to go to university? In my opinion, it's a huge financial debt. In some jobs, there are specific jobs like doctors, lawyers, dentists, whatever, the standard jobs that you do have to go to university for, because there's special knowledge in those jobs that you take away from university to get into those jobs. But by the time you get into those jobs, you're financially hundreds upon thousands of dollars in debt from school. The second thing is, I live very frugally. I never really wanted to put myself in any debt. So I would never go and buy something and put it on my credit card without knowing that I was able to pay off that credit card. Another thing is, I always set monthly payments for my credit cards just so I knew I was going to pay that credit card. I never wanted to miss a payment on any credit cards that I had. For any credit card that I would use, I'd always have a credit card that would be either a points credit card or a cashback credit card that could pay for something or give me something in the long run just for using that credit card. That credit card will also help you build a great credit score. A credit score is required when trying to get a mortgage for a house or a loan from the bank for something else. Without a good credit score, there's no way a bank will give you a loan or a mortgage. So secondly, guys, another key thing is making your money work for you. It's never been about how much money someone makes, but it's about what you do with that money. What that means is you got to put money away, the money that you've made, into investments to make it work for you. Earlier on in this video, we talked about a TFSA account, which is a tax-free savings account. I ended up opening up a trading account in that tax-free savings account, and I started trading some stocks. From then to now, I put a huge part of my paycheck into those stocks. Those stocks have grown a lot over the time I've invested. I've been investing since I was 18, the first time I was able to open up that account, to now. And in those accounts, I have a majority of my money saved away. From there, I also have a savings account, which is an emergencies funds, which you should have just in case you have an emergency. An emergency would consist of being some sort of expense, like having your car break down, or a medical or housing emergency that you could financially cover yourself with an emergency fund. Being 25 years old, I'm still living at home in my parents' basement. But the way I'm looking at it is, I'm not paying for rent, which rent in the city of Canada, Toronto, Canada, is at least $1,000 a month. So I'm saving that $1,000 a month living at home, which I'm okay with. I know a lot of people end up moving away for university and going away to college. And then when they're done the university, they're done the college, they really don't want to move back home. But honestly, it's the biggest thing that will save you money. Because think about it. On the cheap side, you're paying $12,000 a year just going to a landlord, going to someone else's income, which I wouldn't want to be paying. That's $12,000 more I'm saving up a year. Thirdly, you want to try to take advantage of any tax breaks you can. For schooling, for instance, there's so many tax grants and tax cuts that you can take during tax time towards your income. That could be books, that could be course fees, that could be anything. There's a lot of tax write-offs that you guys should look into and financially plan out. Some governments even offer grants for certain courses. I know for my course, I am issued a $1,000 grant every single time I complete a term of my apprenticeship schooling. Fourthly, have multiple sources of income. For myself, I still have 2 jobs working while still working at my main job. I still work at that sports store, which I started when I was 16 years old. And I've almost been there 10 years now. Another source of income that I've been trying so hard to get is rental property. I've been saving up so much money, but even though I've been saving up so much money, it's still so hard to purchase a rental property with the amount of money that I've saved up. Fifthly, you got to plan ahead. You got to set a plan for yourself. You got to set goals of what you're trying to accomplish. The thing that I personally do is I make little goals for myself. When I was first starting out, when I had maybe $30,000 saved away, my goal would have been I wanted to save up to $35,000 in the next 4 months. From there, my goals got a little bit bigger and bigger. At this point right now, from January 2021, I want to be able to save up $300,000 by the time 2022 happens. This is a great way to keep pushing yourself to get to the next target goal that you're trying to accomplish. Alright guys, so the 5 key takeaways from this video are: firstly, be frugal. Second of all, be motivated. Thirdly, set financial goals for yourself. Fourthly, you want to always work smart and hard. And fifthly, guys, you want to invest. You want to make your money work for you. Thanks for joining me in this video, guys. I really hope that some of these tips will financially help you guys out in the future. If you guys like this video, please like and subscribe down below. It would really help me out. It would mean the world. Thank you so much and have a great night. See ya.